Alright guys, Rhino Chuck here, and I am back with another LEGO Marvel Superhero video. This is part 2 of character free roam. If you guys remember, we left off with Black Panther. Next up we have Black Cat. She has spider senses, or she has like cat senses, I don't know how to say it, but she fights pretty good because she's like an acrobatics person. She also has a cat claw here in her hand. Next up we have Black Bolt. He can fly. Very cool character. He's kind of confusing to me. He's just a weird character in general. Yeah, he can also charge up, and then he lets out like a little. He lets out air basically. He makes loud sounds. That's what he does. Then we have Beetle. They're actually pretty cool. Beetle can fly, obviously, as you can see. Beetle has the little heat ray thing here, and also has explosives just like Iron Man. I don't know if I can I target him? No, I can't. Okay, next up we have Aunt May. This is actually a pretty cool character. This is Peter Parker's aunt, obviously, and pretty sure even though she's an old grandma, she can fight with her little purse here, and she can run fast, right? Yeah, she can run fast. She can flip. It's pretty cool. Next up we have Arnim Zola, which is a pretty cool character, to be honest. He has a little heat ray too, as well as most characters. He's got a little guy inside of him. Pretty cool character. Next up we have Archangel. This is one of my favorite characters as well. Silver wings. Can fly like this. He can throw these like little feathers, these silver feathers. His fighting's normal, like usual. Next up we have Ant-Man. Ant-Man's like one of my favorite characters as well, because this is his normal version, and if I do this, he can actually turn little and go into smaller stuff that most people can't. So yeah, sadly he can't turn big. Actually, I don't know if he can, but I don't think he can, but he might. I don't know though. Next up we have Aldrich Killian. I've never heard of this guy, but he all I know, yeah, he's a fire guy. So yeah, he breathes out fire from his mouth. It's pretty cool. That's really all his power is, just fire. Next up we have the AIM agent inside of like a hazmat suit. All this person has is a gun. That's really it. They just shoot. So yeah, that's pretty boring. Next up we have Absorbing Man. This guy's pretty cool because he has a little malice on the back of him. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, malice. But yeah, he uses this thing to fight. Very cool character. Next up we have Abomination, one of Hulk's #1 bad guys. Very cool character. I really like this one. Yeah, so he's kind of like the Thing. He charges up and goes down like that. His fighting's normal. Actually, no, his fighting's actually pretty cool. He has a couple cool fighting styles. He also has a fighting animation with he pulls out a teddy bear, and then the teddy bear kills a person. It's pretty funny. Okay, next up we have Daredevil. Really cool character. When you jump, he has like this little gold rope. I don't know what it is, but it's pretty cool. And then he has his little red stick here. He fights with. Next up, this was a hard character to get, Deadpool. I had to, as you can see in the bottom right corner, I had to get 11 out of 11 red bricks, and it's harder than it looks. But yeah, so if you run, I really like his running animation like that, and also like that. And he fights with his swords, and he also uses his guns too. I don't know if I can pull out my guns right now. Oh yeah, actually I can. Yeah, but I can't shoot them though. Okay, next up we have the Destroyer minifigure version. This was actually a mission that you had to fight Loki. This is the minifigure version though, so it's not as big as the one in the mission. So yeah, this is pretty cool. He has a little heat ray too. Nothing special. He can't fly. Just fights normal. Next up we got Doctor Doom. Pretty cool character. He can electrocute you, because you know that's his powers. That's really it, just electricity and fighting. Next up we have Dr. Octopus, his normal version. So he's got like his little robot legs. He's a pretty cool character because with his robot arms, it's really cool. And then his secondary style, Dr. Octopus Ultimate, which is pretty cool. He has longer hair and like a different suit. And yeah, same thing, just a different suit. Next up we have Doctor Strange, one of my favorite Marvel characters ever. So yeah, he can fly. He can also turn invisible as well. He can fight normally. Okay, next up we have Doombot. This is like Doctor Doom's henchman. He's pretty boring. Oh yeah, he has his gun here. Just a normal blast gun here. Next up we have another, this is Doombot V series. This is Doctor Doom's henchman too. It's a secondary, different Doombot. Very cool, one of a big figure. Can jump like that. All of the big figures in this game are very cool. Very awesome. Next up we have Dormammu. This guy reminds me of Ghost Rider, but it's not Ghost Rider. He's he has this little green heat ray vision. He also, I don't know what else he can do. I think that's it. But yeah. Next up we have Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy. This guy's pretty cool. He just has his little knives. That's really all he has for fighting. For fighting wise. Next up we have Electro. This is like the comic book version of Electro. Very cool. He has like a little Electro like flying thing. It's pretty cool. Yeah, and then we have Electro Ultimate version, which is like the movie version, which is like in the Spider-Man movie, this is what he looks like. So it's very cool. He also has the same thing, this little flying thing. Very cool. Next up we have Elektra, which is Daredevil's love interest. She's pretty cool. She's kind of like Drax. She just has like knives. She can jump pretty high. She's an acrobatic character as well. So yeah, she's pretty cool. Next up we have Emma Frost. Emma Frost is pretty cool because she can turn to like all metal here, and like she'll just get reflected by it. It's very, very cool. So yeah, that's really all she has. Next up we have Frost Giant. This guy has like a frozen hammer on his hand. So yeah, all he does is just fight with his frozen hammer. Next up we have Galactus, obviously, the Devourer of Worlds. This is the minifigure version, so Galactus can fly. He also has his little heat ray vision here. And yeah, he can also just fight as well. Next up we have Gambit. This guy is like really cool. He's kind of like a magician, but he's like a superhero magician. So yeah, he has his cards. He can throw at people. He also has this magic baton that he fights with. Very, very cool. Alright, next up we have Gamora. She, this is like a comic book version of her. In the movie, she does not look anything like this. But, yeah, so in this one, she has like a cape, a nice, cool green suit. And then she has her sword here, which is very, very cool. I really like this. It's a really cool character. Next up, we have Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider's pretty cool in this one. I'm pretty sure, yeah, he can charge up and have like this too. He also has chains, but you can only use them in, yeah, there we go. He has these cool chains. I like him a lot. Next up we have the Green Goblin, the comic book version, obviously. Very cool. He also has his little thing here, his little airplane looking thing. And then he can throw pumpkins at people, explosive pumpkins. I can't throw them right now, but usually you can throw them. Next up we have Green Goblin Ultimate. This is a very cool character. I don't even know who this is, but yeah, he's another big figure. Green Goblin, but very, very big. Just another one of those big characters. Nothing special. Okay, next up we have Magneto, one of my favorite characters. He can fly like this, very, very cool. And if there is metal laying around, well, we can't do it right now, but in missions, there's usually metals to break, and you can actually use your powers to move the metal with Magneto. And he also throws these little magnet balls. Very, very cool. Next up we have Loki. What I know from Loki is he can turn people into ice with this little thing here. And then he also fights with his staff as usual. Nothing special. Next up we have Liberty. This is not even a Marvel character. This is just a character I unlocked playing a mission. Nothing special. Just, you know, Statue of Liberty person. Just fights normally. Nothing really. Next up we have Leader. He can, yes, he has this little gun here, and he can also, I think he has telekinesis. I'm not 100% sure though. Next up we have Laufey. Another one of these weird frost giant characters, but he's not a frost giant. He's like a, yeah, he's Laufey. So, yeah, he has an ice ray too, and that's really it. He just fights normally. Next up we have Curse, another big figure. This is a great big figure. Actually, this is one of my favorite big figures. He's very, very cool. Spikes all over him. Yeah. Alright, next up we have Kraven the Hunter. Very, very cool character. I really like him. Just kidding, he sucks. I never use him. But, he also has, apparently he has senses. He also has this big spear that he fights with. Very, very cool. Well, guys, this is the end of part 2. I'm going to be uploading a part 3. See you guys later. Bye.